Hello, CCL Sports Cards fans. Welcome to another episode of I Just Invested. I cannot wait to unveil my latest purchases and very much appreciate you watching and sharing in my journey. But before we get to the reveal, if you're new to CCL Sports Cards and you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and help me get closer to my goal of 500 subscribers. Now, the reveal is coming, I promise. But I did want to touch on something that I hope will be beneficial to some of you. When I showcase purchases, whether it's in this episode, and I've just spent $13,000 or $4,000 in another episode, etc., keep in mind that cards make up only a portion of my overall portfolio. People have asked what I do. I'm an investor, and I invest. I invest in real estate, I invest in the stock market, and finally I've gotten to a place where I can invest in sports cards. I love sports cards almost my whole life. And I'm so grateful that I'm in a place where I can buy much of what I covet and have a blast doing what I love to do. But cards are only a portion of my portfolio. Now, let's see what came in from Ship My Cards over the last 2 weeks. Okay, gang, let's get into the reveal. Again, thank you for watching. And we're going to start first with the card you probably saw in the thumbnail. Here we go. Bryce Harper's first Bowman Chrome card, Refractor Auto. This one cost me $2,700. Not a bad price in my opinion, considering a PSA 10 went for basically double that 2 weeks before I bought this one. I think it was sometime in February, but check out the subs. I mean, True Gem Plus, I will take that all day, any day, instead of a PSA 10, for half price. But anyways, on to the reason I like Harper so much. I mean, there's many schools of thought on Bryce Harper, and if you like him, you like him, and if you don't like him, you really don't like him. But say what you want. He's got a career WAR of 40. I think he's headed to the Hall. I think it's highly unlikely, given the fact that he's only 29. It is unlikely that he's not going to Cooperstown. I think it would be really nice if he got a ring or two. Hopefully the Phillies, win a championship. They seem to have a pretty good team every year, so we'll see how things turn out. I'd like to see him get some rings. But, at 29, career WAR of 40, I like Bryce Harper a lot and really couldn't pass this up. The pop on this card is super low. The PSA pop is even lower, but the pop on this card is lower, and if I ever want to cross the PSA, I think it's really unlikely that it would not PSA 10. Here we go. Next up, the second card from the thumbnail, the Michael Harris Refractor Auto, first Bowman Chrome card in PSA 10. This one cost me $475. If you don't know, Michael Harris is now the number one prospect for the Atlanta Braves for 2022. Number 65 overall for Major League Baseball. Incredible talent. Watch the video that I put out, which is called 2020 Chrome Must-Have Prospects. The link is there on the screen. I talk a lot about why I like Michael Harris, the second. Again, he had a great year at High A. And he just turned 21, and we really should see his power start to climb in 2022. That's sort of the expectation, and I kind of concur after watching him play so many times at High A Rome. But $475 for Refractor, can't go wrong. Okay, next up, this man, Luis Matos, his Refractor, numbered 361 of 499, 2020 Bowman Chrome. He is also in the episode 2020 Chrome Must-Have Prospects. Like I've said, I'm buying, obviously, a lot of what I recommend because I truly believe in these guys as prospects, and you can pick up those reasons in those episodes. But Luis Matos, going into this season, he is ranked number 3 on the Giants and 63 in MLB. Super talented guy. I actually, personally, you've probably heard this if you're a fan of this channel, I like him a bit more than Luciano. That's more instinctive than anything after watching them both play in San Jose and High A Eugene. But they're both great prospects. This one set me back $1,300. I do have a second one as well. Cost me a bit less. But in the offseason, I've been loading up on Matos. But really great card. And here we go. If you're a fan of this channel, you're not going to be surprised by some of these purchases. a Jordan Groshans 2018 Bowman Draft. His first Bowman Chrome card, the Refractor. What are we at? Number 273, $4.99. I picked this card up for $230. He is so cheap at $230. He is basically, in my opinion, one of the most underrated prospects in baseball given his skills. He's never had a bad season. Watch the episode 3 Underrated MLB Prospects to Own Right Now. It aired a couple of weeks ago. The link is there. You'll see why I like Jordan so much. But yeah, he is the number 3 ranked Blue Jay prospect, just behind Gabby Moreno and Aurelvis Martinez, who both command much more of a premium. He's a shortstop. Not a whole lot to like other than the fact that his power hasn't come along. But Jordan Groshans is young. He's not an old guy, and he's banging on the door to Major League Baseball. But again, I won't spoil it. Check out the episode I aired. The link is there. Yeah, a lot of good things to say about Jordan Groshans. That card only cost me $230 if I didn't mention it. So cheap. And here we go, the aforementioned Gabby Moreno, just a base auto. This one cost me $350, but I'll buy these all day, every day. I also talked about Moreno in the 2020 Chrome must-have prospects. So same episode as Michael Harris and why I like Moreno so much. But if you don't know, Moreno is the number 1 Jays prospect. Lots of talent. He's actually number 7 overall on MLB Pipeline, the 7th ranked prospect. So to me, given the company he's in, his cards are cheap. He's really young too. He's not an old guy. Moreno, I think he's 21 now. He just turned 22 in February. So yeah, super young guy at $350 for a base auto. I mean, it's hard to argue with that. And as promised, we've got a little bit of hockey here. I do like my goats with hockey. If you saw the episode I did last week on Mitch Marner, I mentioned why I like Stamkos so much. This one cost me $725 in US dollars. These figures are all in US dollars for this episode. Yeah, check out the subs. Again, I always like to get a BGS card with strong subs, because if I ever cross to PSA, I know it'll cross well. But 395s and a 10, True Gem Plus, $725. If you don't know who Steven Stamkos is, he's headed to the Hall of Fame. Lots and lots of talent, and his cards are cheap. Future Watch Autos, SP Authentic, I talk about it in the aforementioned episode. Just a great sort of investment type of card, and I equate it to Bowman Chrome cards in baseball. And next up, we've got my man Garrett Mitchell, a True Blue. I love these color match cards. Just very pretty, like art. I picked up this Mitchell Blue for $895. That might have been a touch high, but I'm super comfortable at that price point for a PSA 10. We are numbered, I think, 44 out of 150. Yeah, if you don't know Mitchell, he's the number 4 prospect for the Brewers, so he's doing really well. He scuffled a little bit when he was promoted to AA Biloxi last summer, but he is so talented. Young kid, just 23. And I think the sky is the limit for this guy. I think he develops well. He's got a great swing. $895 for his True Blue. Can't go wrong. I like Garrett Mitchell a ton. And here we go. Maximo Acosta, his True Orange and True Gem Plus. We are numbered 16 of 25. This one set me back $2,000. Maybe, I feel it was a fair price for a True Orange. He is the number 10 prospect for the Rangers. And truthfully, this one is a bit more of an instinctual thing. It's a bit of a gamble, because he didn't really have a good season in rookie ball for his first pro season. It was nothing to really get excited about. But there's a lot of talent here. He's raised like a lot of eyebrows in the organization. There's a reason why he's ranked number 10, even though his season was like subpar. It wasn't even average. It was no good. But he's just 20, lots of time. I like Acosta a lot. He's somebody I've started to add more of. I've got a True Blue that's actually gone out in my Kraken cross that I'm crossing over to BGS. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, $2,000 True Orange. I couldn't pass one up. I looked at this card for 2 weeks online, and I still wanted it, so I finally pulled the trigger after 2 weeks. It's hard say no if you want something that long. And so getting into a little more of the MLB stars. Frankie Lindor, obviously you guys know, shortstop for the Mets, played for the Indians for a long time. This base auto, again, True Gem Plus. You'll notice a theme here with my BGS cards. $400. I like Frankie to have a bounce back season. He's, a talented shortstop. Yeah, he got all that money for the Mets, and maybe there's a bit of pressure there. He didn't react well, but I mean, he's been good all the way down the line. So I picked up this base auto, again, $400, True Gem Plus. And I'll segue into the next card, which is also a Frankie Lindor card. But this is his refractor. Again, these, if you don't know, the refractors back then were numbered to 500, number 62 of 500. Again, True Gem Plus. This one cost me $750. But I'll just talk a little bit more about why I like Frankie Lindor so much. Aside from the fact that the Mets lineup is loaded, and it was loaded last year, and they had a subpar season. But I think you buy him cheap here. He didn't really have a bad season prior to having his subpar year with the Mets. He's only 28. He has a career WAR of 31. I mean, look at his stats. I think Frankie bounces back in that lineup. I think with the addition of Scherzer, I think it's hard to believe that Scherzer's not going to have an incredible year. So I like the Mets. I like Frankie Lindor. He's cheap down here. I feel like he's like 50% off his peak. So, yeah, I like Frankie Lindor a lot and couldn't pass up on those two Frankie Lindor, especially True Gem Plus. And lastly, pardon me, Alek Thomas. His True Orange. There wasn't a True Gem available when I purchased this, but I was very happy to buy this one. Centered well, cost me $3,000. If you don't know a lot about Alek Thomas, he is now the number one prospect for the Arizona Diamondbacks for 2022 and number 39 in all of baseball. If you want to know a bit more about why I like Alek Thomas, the episode Top 3 Prospects to Buy Right Now, again, the link is there for you. Check it out. That aired back in January, and I picked this card up around then. Very talented fellow. He actually had a pretty good week this past week in spring training. He heated up a little bit. I like Alek Thomas a lot. He is now number one again for the D-backs, so not much. He has great tools, great skills. He's very young, and I wouldn't be surprised at all if he made his major league debut this year and just absolutely crushed it. Love the True Orange cards, as you probably noticed by now. But yeah, couldn't say no at $3,000. Thank you very much for watching, folks. Have an amazing week.